My name is Jan Nack. I'm a sales director at Dermalog for Africa. And Dermalog is one of the partners for NIBSS for the BVN. We have basically provided the BVN solution, the readers and the software in the background for the BVN. So I hope everybody knows the BVN, everybody has most likely already BVN and touched our readers already. And we want to give a small outlook what is doing or what is coming next in the BVN system. We have now, I want to give you a short introduction what we have done so far with NIBSS and the banks here in Nigeria, and what are the next phases up to, and how we can make use of BVN in the best way in the coming years, hopefully. So I just want to start with a small video to introduce you on the BVN. We show this basically around the world because this project is one of the key projects in biometrics and banking around the world. So I just give you a small insight with this video what BVN is the status now and how it is implemented. So please start.
Country in Africa. It has 165 million people and more than 50 million bank accounts across 22 banks. Nigeria's banks started the world's largest biometric project in 2014 with Dermalog and its NIBSS system. The new biometric system opens the world of banking, insurance and pension payouts to new customers who have never had a bank account before, especially in the low-income segment. Here in the Lagos branch of Diamond Bank, a customer wants to get her bank verification number for the first time. Each bank has its own NIBSS system containing the fingerprints and faces of all bank customers. More than 30,000 live scanners are in use and connected with the NIBSS. Dermalog has installed an easy workflow for the bank employees when they have to capture a picture of the customer, scan their fingerprints and store their signature in the database. The system ensures that every Nigerian citizen has only one single identity and does not open different accounts under different names. This effectively prevents fraud and money laundering. Also, people who are blacklisted cannot come in under different names. As such, the Dermalog system has become a very effective tool under the KYC initiative of the Nigerian banks. When the customer has checked that all data are correct, the bank verification number will be generated. In the future, this woman will be able to verify her identity with a fingerprint wherever it's possible.
Okay, so this is what the status is now. We have now about 33 million people in the database. Basically all Nigerian individuals who are having a bank account are there, and we assure that only one identity is given there. So, but what is the next step? We want to make use out of this good system and help the banks and also the customers to get better use out of it. So I want to give you a small outlook. Right now, as you have seen, we have about 10,000 enrollment systems, 20,000 verification units, and about 33 million people enrolled with all the 22 major banks in Nigeria. We have done already some interfaces for data import and export to other entities, and we also provided, together with NIBSS, an API to develop against the BVN, so that other entities can do new solutions and check against the BVN system. So what are the next options to do? We have thinking about, first of all, that we get more unbanked people into the system. Therefore, we have improved the enrollment systems. We have done mobile solutions where you can go out easier and enroll more people and access new bank accounts, and also accessing the bank account. Accessing the bank accounts with your biometrics and verify yourself with your biometrics instead of using a PIN or a password. We are thinking about doing cash withdrawal with your fingerprint or with your face, for example, so that you also here don't need to use a password or even a card with a PIN number, which is a more secure and more innovative way to do it at the end. and certainly integration with mobile technology. We have SDKs ready where you can check with the face your identity by starting a payment process. And the same with the POS. Here you see a small landscape of these functionalities. It's basically, as you can see, mobile banking, mobile authentication. We have done some applications which we'll be able to show you at our booth at NIBSS, where we already can use the BVN, for example, on your mobile phone and do a face one-to-one verification against your data by authenticating a payment. A similar process we can do with POS. This is a POS with a fingerprint reader. You can authenticate your payment in a restaurant, for example, in a retail shop, and to avoid any card, you don't need any card, you just put on your fingerprint, you give your date of birth, for example, and then the BVN system is able to identify yourself. So these are two of the options which we are even able to show on the booth later on. And we see this as one of the possible next steps in the BVN system and in the Nigerian banking market. There are even more things we can think about. We can use the BVN for access into the banks itself. We have solutions or concepts where we can integrate fingerprint readers into an ATM and where you can withdraw money with your fingerprint. And we also certainly would like to make use of cards which you have already in your hand, like debit cards and credit cards, where you can use the BVN without using a PIN or password and withdraw money. So this is just a small insight what we've done. The other thing is certainly also we have some sample screens I wanted to show you for the mobile apps. When you authenticate yourself, it could look like this. You look into the camera. You have also a liveness detection of your face. You have to move your face to assure that nobody has a picture showing in front of the camera. So it's a quite secured process. And then you can do your payment process. What we also show here on the booth is a new mobile solution which we discussed and wanted to offer for enrolling on rural areas without power. For example, we have a small case where we basically have the complete BVN enrollment system in a very light-weighted and cost-effective case, so that it's possible for the banks or bank agents to enroll more people for the BVN. So another option is a banking stick, we call it, where we have a fingerprint reader and directly connected to a USB. It's possible to use this, for example, from home, so where you can do online banking from your home and authenticate yourself with your fingerprint. So also here we have this. Another issue is the face. The advantage of the BVN system, besides the fingerprint, you have the face. You can do one-to-one face authentication, but you can use this also for the banks to do, for example, verifying customers coming into the branches and immediately offering the right service for the customer. So by identifying them already at the entrance. And you can also make a creation of personalized advertising customer identification so that they can evaluate the customer behavior in the bank or even in retail shops and give an advantage of the behavior of your customer. Everything with the help of the face. So this was a small insight. So I got 7 minutes. I'm not sure whether I matched it or not. Again, I would like to invite you to our booth to see you more of the demos and systems we can provide and offer for BVN and the Nigeria banking system. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, John. very interesting what's happening. And as Jan mentioned, I want to encourage everyone to check out the NIBSS stand to get some more insight into what is happening. When you were putting up your presentation, one thing that came to mind is, you know, when you have some of these Hollywood movies where you have facial recognition cameras all over the city, it seems like it's coming here as well. So it'll be interesting to see what's possible over the next few years. Please, another round of applause for Jan. Thank you so much. Very good.